DuckTales, Season 1, Episode 10. The Impossible Summit of Mount Neverrest.
Neverrest.
Neverrest, which obviously is a pun on Mount Everest.
Yes.
And
Really?
I love the Mount Certain Doom. Oh no. Mount Certain Doom is a lot lower than this. This one's even more deadly.
Mm-hmm. And, it's... what was it? Oh, what was the name of that disease? the ice madness or something like that? Ice fever.
Yeah, ice fever.
Yeah. Totally. It's like this.
Oh my gosh, I'm burning up. Oh no, that's the second stage of ice fever. I'm dying. Bluey, you dragged me down the mountain on your back all by yourself, and you saved me from the ice. You cured me of the ice fever. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
And
sledding is surprisingly not so fun.
Like, this episode made me realize that Louie is my spirit animal. It's like, we're going to climb that mountain and get the treasure, Mount Neverest. There's no treasure. Louie out.
Yeah. We already knew this. I mean, does that surprise you at all?
Not really. But I'd be the same. It's like, wait, no treasure? Nope, bye.
But there's glory.
And
yeah, still no treasure.
Dex would end up being Huey.
Yeah, I've come to the to deal with that. Yes, in this show, I am Huey.
Yeah. The JWG says.
Yes. Was it handbook or guidebook?
Guidebook.
Guidebook.
Junior Woodchuck.
Junior Woodchuck handbook or guidebook.
Junior Woodchuck guidebook.
The junior handbook.
Junior Woodchuck guidebook.
Guidebook. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, and it occurs to me that with all those portals around the top, if you found the right one that like would port you back to the top, you could just go sledding forever.
Yeah, but the one that reaches the top, as you see, is in mid-air towards the base of the city.
No, I was saying if you found the right one, you could not necessarily talking about going to the peak, just interested in sledding forever. If you found one that was upslope of it, you could just mark out where the portal was, sled to it, it pops you back up further uphill from it, and you sled back down to the portal, pop back out the portal.
But apparently sledding is not that fun.
Well, when your life's in danger, probably not.
Well, she loves being in danger. Being in danger is fun.
Weirdo.
Sledding is not as exciting.
Yeah. She should seek some help.
Well...
Yeah, and we've also found out what Scrooge McDuck did with after he got his first $1 million.
He hired some douchebag who...
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, if he died up there, how did he end up labeled as the ninny?
Yeah,
If nobody knew about it.
Maybe he. I don't know. Maybe yeah. How does? Well, he would have to either. There's only one person who knew what happened on the mountain, and
exactly, and he's dead. I mean, two people, but one's dead, and he's the other.
So any story he came up with would have been, would have been accepted pretty much as long as it was plausible.
Exactly.
And so, well, maybe he,
maybe there's like powerful telescopes that they have at base.
No, because they would have. Yeah, no, that wouldn't. Because then they would have seen that he cut the rope and threw him off the mountain.
It was very windy and snowy, and
then they wouldn't have seen anything.
Certain things were covered at certain times for convenience.
That's what she said.
Yes, exactly. I mean, it makes about as much sense of his corpse somehow having a "I didn't survive Neverrest" shirt.
True. That is true. That's another WTF.
And damn, Scrooge is older than I thought he was.
Dude, Scrooge is like 100 at least.
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah, it was 75 years. Scrooge is immortal.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, he is. He's immortal. I'm not sure how he got that way, but he is.
The duck messes with a lot of weird artifacts.
True.
If he managed to somehow accidentally get immortality, would we really be that surprised?
Hey,
no, not at all.
Why do you think he keeps that lucky dime?
Because that's the first dime that he ever earned.
Yes.
It was given to him by a powerful warlock that gave him immortality.
No, it wasn't. It was given to him for shining shoes.
By a powerful warlock.
Not by a powerful warlock. By some dude with, by some average Joe with dirty boots.
Who also happened to be a wizard.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but no.
But yeah, as much stuff as he messes with on a regular basis wouldn't be that surprising.
Yeah, his immortality, well, I don't know exactly why. It's not a surprise that it is.
Perhaps it's a curse. He, some being, he made some being mad, and it's like, no, you shall live. Your curse is you shall live.
That's what
until what?
That's what happened to Deadpool in the comics.
Yes, you're cursed with immortality. You shall outlive all of your loved ones.
I'd be like, sweet.
What happened to Deadpool in the comics?
I'd be like,
cursed with immortality.
Although the only problem I see with immortality is, well, if you get it while you're young, is you'll never be able to use the senior discount.
True.
Yeah, but you'll also never be infirm, so.
Yeah, true.
Well, it depends.
$5 off.
Depends if you get immortality with eternal youth or just immortality.
I'd prefer with the eternal youth. Ugh. I'm an immortal walking bag of bones and skin.
Exactly. That's why my dad would always say, if I'm going to live forever, I'm going to live forever young.
Young, sexy, and fabulous.
Yeah, that doesn't apply to you.
Oh, shush. I am 10,000 years old, okay?
So clearly you're not young, sexy, or fabulous.
That hurt, okay?
Well, young is a matter of perspective. In comparison to the universe.
I mean, elves, they're still considered children when they're like 3,000 years old.
Anyway,
So he's still a baby.
Yes, and getting back on track, Scrooge's lust for glory leads him to, going way overboard. And Huey, being the responsible one, goes, "Hey, yeah, everything that I've ever learned about an expedition, yeah, don't do this. No, turn back." He's like, "No."
This goes against every single rule in the Junior Woodchuck guidebook. No.
Yes. And it what interests me as well is with that ending. Somebody's been walking along in that square, threw a ball into the air, and it just freaking disappeared.
True. It would end up on top of the mountain.
Yes.
Oh man, if you're like, you know how some parents throw their little baby up in the air?
Oh no.
Oh my god. Oh.
Honey, where's the baby?
Would you believe up at the mountain?
You're not gonna believe this, but
I'm gonna need a ladder.
Oh my god.
And some cold weather equipment.
You go up that mountain and get our baby back right this instant.
Okay. Flop the ladder.
Can't we just like make a new one? It'd be easier.
Anyway.
And I do really like the bunny rock. It's a nice.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna call you Bunny Rock.
I'm still gonna say Bunny Rock.
Yeah, I'm still gonna call you Bunny Rock.
A thought occurred to me was, if they had continued to port around, because the porting was destabilizing the peak, and
then they would have been at the top of the peak because the peak would have collapsed.
Yes. You can't. If the peak is gone, then the peak is there.
Yeah. If you wipe out everything above you, then you're at the top.
Mm-hmm. There's something Machiavellian in that, but okay.
Guys, I'm going to climb Mount Everest. I'm going to need a few tons of TNT.
Pretty much. And maybe a few portals. I'm going to cheat my way to the top. You can't just portal your way to the top of Mount Everest. Dude, why not? Scrooge did.
Yeah. Which seems to me like that would be, if you had like the power to build portals, like that would be a thing. Just like, bloop.
I can think of portals.
Yeah, but the thing is that they do it for the glory.
Yeah, I know.
The achievement. So like,
but nobody has to know that.
But they do it for the thrill and the achievement of it. There's no real point in doing it if you're not gonna do it the right way.
For glory, if you don't care about it being cheap. Which...
Well, it depends on how expensive the teleporter is.
Yes. That was my next point.
Might not be that cheap.
It's like, so, how did you pay for all this stuff? Oh, Louis gave me his corporate card. He doesn't have one.
Louis doesn't have a corporate credit. Yeah. Louis doesn't have a corporate credit card. Oh, Louis gave me your card.
Anyway, any other thoughts on this?
No, but I'm gonna have babies being stuck on a mountain in my head now.
You're gonna have a baby thing stuck on the mountain? What?
Babies being tossed into the air and vanishing into thin air. Oh my god. Why?
Because I'm evil.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh,
Trivia!
yeah.
This is the first episode to air in December. Mount Neverrest is a parody of Mount Everest. It is also named identically to a mountain from the Tailspin episode, Sheepskin Deep. This is the sixth consecutively aired episode where Donald Duck is absent, and the fifth consecutively aired episode where Mrs. Beakley is absent. Scrooge reveals
I have another piece of trivia.
Scrooge reveals that he was the one who... Reveals that was the who climbed with... Wow, there's some real grammar problems there. Yeah, he was the one who climbed with George Mallardy as an incompetent companion, nicking him the Neverrest ninny. The character of Mallardy and his disappearance while climbing Neverrest is a parody of real-world climber George Mallory. As with Mallardy, 75 years passed between the time of Mallory's disappearance and the discovery of his remains on Mount Everest.
Oh yeah, there was one other little piece of trivia. Scrooge has this hatred of Santa Claus.
He knows what he did.
That is not allowed in my house. He knows what he did.
Which, I love those little, even if they never touch on it, I do love those little, it's a very Doctor Who thing to do. You know.
Yes.
The Doctor holds a grudge against somebody. He won't tell you exactly what they did, but that...
Also, the Doctor tends to, kind of throw about names that way. Like, the Doctor knows everybody, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
at this point, he's met basically everybody he's ever wanted you ever want to meet. Well, he's never met an unimportant person.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even Whitaker's Doctor is always talking about, oh, I met this person, I know this person.
Yeah,
and it's kind of the same way with Scrooge. It's like, oh, I know Santa. That man is not allowed in my house.
Yeah, yeah, and don't get me started on the Tooth Fairy.
Oh, that bitch.
Anyway, any final words?
I still want to know why he doesn't like Santa.
Why Santa isn't allowed in his house?
Yeah, I want to know.
So I realized how he probably got dubbed the ninny or whatever is because, well, he probably came back to the town and Mallory did not come back. So they're like, oh, so you couldn't finish it. Well, you're the ninny.
Yeah,
yeah, but he could have told them anything, and there would be no...
Scrooge is honest, and he couldn't live with that.
Yes, but the honest fact is that he was not the ninny. He was thrown off the mountain.
It was an accident. The knife just slipped.
It did not slip. He sliced the rope, dude. I'm gonna slit your throat. Oh, I'm sorry, my knife slipped.
Yeah, I mean, he was just trying to lighten the load. I mean, just because Scrooge was connected to it.
That's the excuse. That is the worst excuse for when you get caught killing somebody.
But it does seem like an excuse the master would use at some point.
Yeah.
My knife slipped. He just happened to be on the other end of the knife.
Exactly. Not Missy, because Missy doesn't need excuses.
Yeah, Missy's innocent.
No, not innocent, but just doesn't care.
Yeah, Missy don't need no dang excuses.
Well, I killed them. Why? They were inconvenient.
No, because it was fun.
Yeah, well, one of the two.
You know, that's good. I'm not good. Blowing up somebody. He had a wedding ring, so he was married. And he, judging by the baby slime on him, he had a family. No, I'm not good. Blows up another person. Oh, I'm so glad you brought spares.
Anyway,
excuses.
I think that that about does it for the Doctor Who, not Doctor Who, no, DuckTales. We were talking about Doctor Who, but the DuckTales for today.
Well, yeah.
Same voice. I mean, same actor.
Yeah, but I mean, he does. I honestly like him better as Scrooge than as the Doctor. He is an amazing Scrooge.
He is.
He is quintessentially Scottish.
Yes, but I just mean the characterization of him and everything too.
Yeah, Tennant understands him because he understands the the Scots.
But yes, he does. He is great. Oh, and Louis, actually pulling a Louis and it not only working, but working to his advantage this time.
Yeah.
He pulled a Louis and it worked.
All right.